Hello and welcome to a Group C profile video. The lighting in here is especially bright. I'm in a different room, so I guess that's just how it is. This is for the Asian Cup 2019, as we know that, which begins in less than a month from now. So, just like last Friday and the Friday before it, I want to go through all the teams in this group, star players, form from 2018, managerial history, and basically to get a better grasp of where things stand for them entering the quadrennial Asian Cup tournament this winter in the UAE. So, in Group C, we have South Korea, China, Kyrgyzstan, and the Philippines. So let's jump right into it. South Korea nicknames the Red Devils, also known as the Taeguk Warriors. They have 7 wins, 5 draws, and 6 losses in 2018. Wins coming up against Moldova, Latvia, Honduras, Germany in the World Cup, as we know, Costa Rica, Uruguay, and Uzbekistan, and draws against Jamaica, Bolivia, Chile, Panama, and Australia, and the losses against Northern Ireland, Poland, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Senegal, Sweden, and Mexico. But since eliminating the defending world champions Germany in the World Cup this last summer, as we all so famously remember, South Korea has been undefeated. They have not lost a single of their last 5 or so games. They are under new manager, Portugueseman Paulo Bento, who has experience of taking Portugal to the semifinals of Euro 2012, so they've gone back to a foreign manager, getting rid of Shin Tae-young from the World Cup. Other managerial or player experience for Paulo Bento includes participating in the 2002 World Cup for Portugal, which was coincidentally co-hosted in South Korea, for that matter. South Korea has a long and storied history in the Asian Cup, and let me read you their results. They were champions in 1956 and 1960. They won the first 2 editions, but since then they have never struck gold at the Asian Cup. A really long odyssey going on 60 years now, since South Korea has won the continental regional title. But after those 2 championship runs in 56 and 60, South Korea would then finish in 3rd place for a total of 4 times in 1964, 2000, 2007, and 2011. They'd finish 2nd a staggering 4 times in 1972, 1980, 1985, and 2015, the most recent edition. Quarterfinal finishes in 96 and 04, and they have only went out of the group stages once, just once in 1986. So South Korea has the highest number of medal podium finishes of any side in Asia. It's quite astounding, really. Not a surprise given their clout in the region, but South Korea is usually almost always all the way up there until the end, or close to the end, of Asian Cup tournaments. Star players include Tottenham Hotspur star Sung Heung-min, who just won the Asian Games with South Korea back in September. He will be expected to be a major component of their squad and their firepower up front if they are to win this tournament. South Korea are one of the big favorites for this tournament, of course. We also have Ji Dong-won and Ki Sung-young. Ki Sung-young himself being a long-standing veteran of the team. Koo Ja-kyul is also an honorable mention as well. A realistic goal for South Korea is to win the damn tournament. It's been too long for a nation of this caliber in the region to not win it. They've come so close and yet so far on several occasions. As mentioned, it is time for them to be champions of Asia again. So a reasonable expectation is to win the whole tournament. And a realistic goal, the bare minimum, should be another semifinals appearance. Moving on to China. China's team nickname is Team Dragon, and they are coached by Marcello Lippi, the Italian man who just happens to be a World Cup winning manager from 2006. Yes, that's correct. He has exploded on the Chinese domestic league and the Chinese Super League, contributing to the development of football in China in the last decade or so. China's record in 2018 includes 3 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses. Those wins coming up against Myanmar, Thailand, and Syria. 2 very good wins for China, by the way, against Thailand and Syria. Draws against Bahrain, India, and Palestine. Good results for China. And losses against Wales, Czech Republic, and Qatar. Now, looking at their record in this last calendar year, China has the look of a side that could be one of, if not the main, dark horse of this Asian Cup. They've been getting good results against teams of either equal or greater caliber than them, and they are on the side of the bracket that opens up a potential pathway to at least a quarterfinal run. China's previous record in the Asian Cup includes 2 silver medals, runners-up finishes in 1984 and on home soil in 2004. Third place finishes in 1976 and 1992. Fourth place in 1988 and 2000s. Quarterfinals in 96 and 15. And group stage exits in 1980, 2007, and 2011. A bit of a mixed record here, but China has had experience with getting to the latter stages of this tournament, so they are no strangers to that at least. Star players almost exclusively, if not totally exclusively, domestic within the Chinese Super League. Players like Wu Lei, Yang Zhu, and a veteran of the team, Gao Lin, who I believe is approaching 32, 33 years old. A realistic expectation for China is to build upon what they did in 2015, where they topped their group with 3 wins and 9 points in that Asian Cup. They would want to either equal or better that result. A success for China, the bare minimum should be to come out of this group. It's a very doable group with Kyrgyzstan and the Philippines, and no disrespect to those sides. But if China doesn't get to at least the quarterfinals, it'll be a little bit disappointing from their vantage point. But they will believe they can go one step further. And I think they're going to be an interesting side to watch. They could slip under the radar and go very far in this tournament, but that remains to be seen. Moving on, we have Kyrgyzstan. Their nicknames are the White Falcons. Their record in 2018 includes 4 wins, 1 draw, and 3 losses. Wins against Myanmar, India, Syria, and Malaysia. 1 draw against Palestine, and 3 losses to Azerbaijan, Kashima Antlers, a Japanese club soccer team, and Japan. Not bad at all. Really, for a team that is making their debut in this tournament, as Kyrgyzstan are, that's quite a decent record. They're getting results against an improved Indian team. They defeated Syria, quite a decent side that almost made the World Cup, and a victory over Malaysia, a team that is probably at or near their level. They're coached by a Russian man named Alexander Krestinin. Now, their coach is relatively very inexperienced, and this could hurt Kyrgyzstan. He only became a manager in around 2013-2014, and he managed a club side called FC Neftchi Kokorati. Besides that, he took up the mantle of Kyrgyzstan national team manager in 2014. He's been in charge ever since then. There is no prior history, though, for Kyrgyzstan in this tournament. Like I said, this will be the first time they will participate in the Asian Cups. So there is no placement record to tell you guys about them. The star players include Mirlan Mirzaev, Vitaly Lux, and Antonin Zemalukin. If you're looking for where goals will come from Kyrgyzstan, look out for Anton Zemalukin. Some of their players that I've mentioned here play abroad in the German Bundesliga as well as the Turkish league. Kyrgyzstan, admittedly, is something of an unknown variety. That's what makes them so difficult to predict because we don't really know what to expect of them. But I would have a suspicion that because they are in a group they are in, if they can get 3 points against the Philippines, they might slip into the round of 16 as one of the best third place finishers. I don't think they have any business getting points off of South Korea, but if they're able to get wins over Syria and India, maybe they can squeeze out a draw against Team Dragon in China, and maybe that can get them 4 points, which may be enough to go through. A reasonable expectation for Kyrgyzstan is finishing third and maybe advancing. That's a realistic goal. A realistic expectation, they shouldn't really have any expectations because this is the first tournament where they're really dipping their toes in the water. And moving on, finally, we have the Philippines. Their record in 2018 includes 7 wins, 4 draws, and 4 losses. Wins against Fiji, Tajikistan, Laos, Bangladesh, Mongolia, Singapore, and Timor-Leste. Draws with Bahrain, Oman, Thailand, and India. Some good results there for the Philippines. A draw with Oman and Bahrain, and Thailand, India. Those are some promising scorelines there. And losses against Bahraini club side Al-Had, a loss to Tajikistan, and 2 losses to Vietnam. Philippines are nicknamed the Azkals, which means the street dogs. It's quite a unique name for a national team, and the only one of its kind in the world. It's kind of cool. They are coached by the famous, and I'm sure you guys are going to know who this person is, Swedish person, Sven-Göran Eriksson, who has managed 10 national football teams in the world during his managerial tenure. Most notably, he took England to the quarterfinals in 2 consecutive World Cups in 2002 and 2006, as well as the Euro 2004 quarterfinals, if memory serves me right. He's also managed the national sides of Mexico and the Ivory Coast with very mixed results. But this is a guy who has a lot of experience coaching national teams, so this could come to the benefit of the Philippines. Just like Kyrgyzstan, they are debutantes. Yes, you have 2 debutantes in this group, ladies and gentlemen, Kyrgyzstan and the Philippines. Star players for them include James and Phil Younghusband. Yes, those are their names, James and Phil Younghusband. Not quite sure if there's any relation there, but that's where the goals are going to come from for the most part for the Philippines. Another star player that has been prominent in their goal-scoring aspirations in these recent friendlies that the Philippines have been playing is a man by the name of Patrick Reichelt. So look out for these 3 players for the Philippines if they are to have any chance of coming through. Just like Kyrgyzstan, it seems like they have been getting results that could suggest that they ought not to be underestimated. And there is a certain liberating feeling that comes with being a debutante in a major tournament. You have so much to prove, but at the same time, you can just go out there and have fun as well. The victory in itself is getting to the tournament. So from that standpoint, the Philippines and Kyrgyzstan, for that matter, have already succeeded. A reasonable goal for the Philippines is the same thing as Kyrgyzstan, to defeat the other team and squeeze out a draw against one of South Korea or China. 4 points puts you in a good position of going through as one of the best third-place teams. An expectation, just like Kyrgyzstan, they shouldn't have any expectations because this is new for them, a new environment for them. Looking at this group on paper, China and South Korea should advance. South Korea in first and China in second. But like I said, I do not do predictions in these vids. These are just profile videos. There's no excuse, honestly. No disrespect to Kyrgyzstan and the Philippines, but South Korea and China should come in this out of this group in that order. But it would be not wise to take it for granted against sides like Kyrgyzstan and the Philippines, who seem to be on the up recently.
So that does it for Group C. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I'll see you hopefully tomorrow when I talk about the Women's World Cup draw, the actual one reaction. I hope you enjoyed this. Please give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Next Friday, I will talk about Group D, where we will go over Iran, Iraq, Yemen, and Vietnam.